And then he rushed out and grabbed me and said, since that year you people came to our house, we have not buried any other person. That stronghold in your family shall be broken tonight. Number 8, I see foolishness as a stronghold also running in that family. Foolishness. Can you imagine that? Then he rushed out 7 sons he shall be broken tonight. Woman and died. Second one said, okay, this is our senior that let's preserve foolish, and they married the same woman and died. The third one said, well, the coincidence. Let me have my senior brother's name. He married the same woman, died. Therefore, those 4 discovered that this woman is death personified. They also married the same woman until all of them died. What kind of foolishness is that? Can't you even stay unmarried and live? Must you marry and die? Let me even show you another aspect of that foolishness. Now let's do a little analysis. Let's assume that that woman was 30 years when the man died. And let's also assume that the man was 35 years. The man was 35 years, the woman was 30 years. And then the man died. Let's also take it that the brothers gapped themselves with 2 years. Are you following what I'm saying? Please, if you have something like that, put it on the screen for me. Now, the second one, let's say when the senior that was 35 years, he was how old? 33 years. If you have something like that, put it on. Let me also assume that they were marrying this woman after 2 years. So if the first one was 35 years and died, and then married this woman who was 30. Now when he was 35 years, his younger brother was how old? 33. So after two years, he's now 30 what? 35. So he married the woman when the woman was 30 and he himself was, that should be 35. That second one should be 35 and not 32. Now I don't know if you are following my mathematics. Now the first one, the woman was 30 years, the man was 35. The man died. So that woman is still 30 because the man died at 30. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now, the one he seen was 33 when he died. 35. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, let's say after 2 years, he married the woman, and so at that time, the woman should not be 31, 32, and then he himself should be how old? 35. Okay, I think they misplaced this thing. Now, let me still go on and explain it. You will understand what I'm talking about. Now, at 32, the woman was 33. The man was 33. And then the man died. After 2 years, the woman should be 30 what? 34. The younger brother, when the man was 33, should be what? 31. So at that 31, he married the woman who was 34. Now, this man died at 31 after they had married for 2 years, no child. The woman will now become 6 after 2 years. So the younger brother to this man who was 31 was how old? 29. So he got married. So the woman. And after 2 years, the man died. That woman had become 30 what now? The younger brother is how old? He got married to the same woman. The man died 27. After 2 years, the woman has become what? The younger brother was what? He got married to the same woman. 25 years. Marrying a 40-year-old woman. What kind of foolishness? What kind of marriage is that? After 2 years, why not remain unmarried than marrying at 25? Marrying a woman of 45. So there are some families go to foolishness wrongs in that family. Everybody marrying a woman, everybody's crazy. Number 9, stronghold of a woman losing her husband was also running a family. That is a stronghold of widowhood. There are some families you go to, you see widows. This person has lost the husband, the other person has lost the husband. A family. Widowhood. That is a stronghold of widowhood. Opposite that, number 10, stronghold of men who keep losing their own wives. So widowerhood also was running in that family. When you go to Luke chapter 7 from verse 11, you also see a similar story of the woman of Nain whose husband died young, had just one son, and the son also died young. Stronghold of children who cannot enjoy their father or enjoy their mother. Now, some ladies carry stronghold into the matrimonial home. Let me kind of prophesy. Somebody who is here, your husband was doing very well before you married your husband, but as soon as you came in, everything went bad. That is carrying stronghold into your family. The man had 4 businesses. You came in a short while, 3 has collapsed. The one remaining is struggling. Everything was fine before he got married to you. He could even buy you a car before you got married. But as soon as the wedding is over, everything took a U-turn. There are women like that. That's carrying stronghold into your family. This is an assault from the pit of hell. And if there are people like that here tonight, that yoke shall be broken. In some families, it is the stronghold of foolish children. They give birth to vagabonds. You have 7 children, but that's a stronghold. There are some families you go to, it's a stronghold of madness. There is at least 1 or 2 mad people there. There's a family you go to, there's a particular type of sickness that oppresses them. It might be diabetes. Onya, may ya pass ara onya. Then can he pick her up to the point that even little children, young people in that family suffer diabetes. I was preaching in a church in Italy, and God told me that there is a lady there, in fact 2 ladies. He said one, I quoted age, very young, about 20 or so, but she was diabetic. And then the other one was about 23, but had high level of high blood pressure. I said it. They didn't want to come out. They were ashamed to come out. So when I now finished, they now came to me. I said, sorry, I won't attend to you. 2 of them, this one said, I'm the one suffering from diabetes. I didn't know how to come out. I was so ashamed. The other one said, I'm the one having high blood pressure. When you check it, it might be a stronghold that they carried from their family. Runs in the family. To some, it may be arthritis. Everybody suffers from arthritis. Even somebody who is 20-something years old, the arthritis has started. To some, it is certain sicknesses that are shameful, like epilepsy. I've shared it the other time. I ministered in a scripture union program. Let me not mention the place. And when I finished, I was just coming out to go, because that day was another thing for me. I had preached 2 times. It was a Sunday. I had preached 2 times in the church. That day I had preached in one church, preached in another church. And then I started that revival for them either on Thursday, and I was going to conclude it that Sunday afternoon. So it was a very hectic weekend for me. I was so tired to my bone. So all I was just doing, let me conclude this program and run away and go and rest. So when I finished, a lot of people wanted to see. I say, I will not see anybody. As I was running out, then one woman was standing at the door, and she was 9 months pregnant. She said, if you like, push me down, I won't allow to pass. And she was standing with another young man. Then I asked the woman problem. She said, I am 9 months pregnant, but I have cancer. I said, no, this one must receive attention. Then the other young man told me, he said, man of God, don't be deceived by my looks. I may be looking handsome to you, but as you see me, I am epileptic. He said, my grandfather died of epilepsy. My father died of epilepsy, and now it's my turn. Stronghold. There are some families you go to, the stronghold is a stronghold of quarrels. This one may not make sense to you. I know at a place in my village, a particular compound, that's what they are known for, quarrel. Every day, in fact, in the morning, people will just gather around their compound and be watching. You see free fights. They will quarrel, they will fight, they will break their head, they will scatter everywhere. People will just be standing watching. That is what the family is known for. Quarreling, fighting. It's a stronghold. It may have started from their fathers, and then that bitterness, that anger transferred to the children and continue to go that way. There are some families, it is, accusations and counter-accusations, killings, diabolism. One uncle will rise up and we hold everybody to ransom. And so as long as I'm concerned, nobody will become somebody in this compound. And then you see him carrying out the threat. One of my friends who was living in what is it called again? But in Europe. He said they had an uncle like that who said nobody will become somebody in this compound. In fact, nobody will become better than my children. And finally, he got a visa to travel to Europe. And the mistake he made was letting the man know about it. And the man said, over my dead body that you will go to Europe. And then that brother is a radical brother. The brother said, so be it. Since you said over your dead body, so be it. And he said the day he was going to travel, and that was the time Bakassi people were reigning. Bakassi people came to their house and picked the man up and used knife to cut him like meat. And he said as they were cutting him, he himself was at the airport, flying abroad. In some families, the stronghold is that everybody must be equal. Ishiga honyo ulotu. Please, if somebody is sleeping by your side, touch that person. It's a dangerous time to sleep. Touch that person. Very dangerous. There are some families you go to, everybody is suffering. When you have a problem of 5,000 and you run to the other person, I beg, just 5,000. It will be anamawangu gareba anamawunyanya. There is another family you go to, it is just one person. That's the only cock that crows in that family. So every problem is upon him. He is about being killed, snuffed out. It will not be so in your family. God will raise you. God will raise the people in your family. There are some people, theirs is the stronghold of late marriage. And when I talk about late marriage, it's not only the ladies, the men. 50 years they are not married. 55 years, you see the man is still looking for whom to marry. In fact, 60 years, it doesn't even perturb him that he's not married, that his mates are grandfathers. There are some ladies like that. In fact, one lady came to me, she said, what pains me is not that I am not married, but what pains me is that since I was born till now, no man has asked me whether I will marry or not. No man has ever approached me. Stronghold. Stronghold. I think I've shared with you about ministering in a church in one of the towns, and this lady, I finished ministering. It was a revival, and I was entering the vehicle, so they rushed to catch up with me. The Royal Rangers barricaded me into the car, and they zoomed off. And then when I got to the hotel, my phone rang, and then it was one of those ladies crying, and she said, "I've been hearing your voice on radio, and I've been saying, which day will I meet this man of God? When I learned you are coming to our church, I said, thank God, God has remembered me." And then started crying, and said, "Look at how human beings will not allow you." I said, "Okay, when I come tomorrow, try again. If they want to stop you, shout. As a man of God, I am the one that spoke to you on phone. I will see you." And that was what happened. They tried to stop her. She started shouting. I said, "Let her come." And then instead of coming alone, she came with 2 other people. There were 3. And she said, "This is my younger brother. She's 43. I am 45. This is my senior sister, 60. 3 of us are not married." She started shouting. I said, 43. I am 45. This is my senior. There are some ladies in their family, the stronghold is that no lady will marry a good husband. They will always marry vagabonds. They will always marry somebody who will beat them and throw them out of the house. They will always marry somebody, they will go to his house and suffer and suffer and suffer. When you look at them after 3 years, they will look like a 75-year-old woman. I've also talked about somebody coming to me here to say we are four ladies. The first one married a vulcanizer. The second one married a mechanic. And when I talk about mechanic, is mechanic who cannot feed himself. Many mechanics are doing very well now. And then the other one married a palm wine tapper. And she said the other one married a carpenter. And her description is not, today we have, if they don't even answer carpenter, the interior decorators, in fact, they are the ones that have the money now. But when I talk about carpenter, I'm talking about the ones who can only repair broken doors and build woman kitchen, woman seat, woman chair that they use in the kitchen. And she said, I'm the only one left. And the men who are coming to ask my hand in marriage, all of them fall in the same category. Some families, their stronghold is divorce. The first person is married and is divorced, back to the father's house. Second one married, back to the. Somebody came to talk to me and said 3 of my sisters who are married are back to our father's house. To some, it is rise and fall. They rise today, tomorrow they fall. That's the stronghold in their family. In fact, I had that experience. My family had that experience when I was growing up. I just discovered that everybody in the family will rise and will crash. Somebody will rise. By the time you think, thank God, there is hope. That is the time the person will crash and will sell the television in his house, sell the seat, sell everything, and we start all over. The story will always be, I used to ride a car before. I used to. But what are you now? Thank God for people like us. God brought me into my family at the right time. There are so many bondages in my family. All of them met the rock. All of them got broken by fire, by force. There are some families, the stronghold is bad reputation. And that's why you can't marry. Anytime anybody mentions your family, they say the Lord of Jesus. Don't go there. You don't even near the place. Nobody wants to have anything to do with you, even business. There are some families, the stronghold is nothing good lasts in your hand. Put a good business in your hand, you just watch it disintegrate. Nothing good lasts in the person's hand. There are some families, breakthrough comes late in life. They will struggle when they are 20, no breakthrough, 30, no breakthrough, 40, no breakthrough. They will struggle and struggle and struggle when they are hitting 60 something, and he has bought a car. 70, he has finally completed his house. Is it spirits that will live in the house? $65, they are running up and down with 22-year-old people for master's degree. 70, they are in the class struggling with Umaka 19 years for PhD. Breakthrough will always come very late in life. In fact, sometimes when it will not benefit them so much. What is the need of breakthrough when you will not enjoy it? The other time I asked a question, what's the need of stockfish when you are 75? What's the need of traveling abroad when you are 75? When you are 80? You want to cause an emergency in the airplane. When you will become a burden to the people you are visiting, they don't know what to give you. They don't know what you will eat. There are some families, their stronghold is that there is an embargo over them, that there will be no celebration. All the time. Bad news, bad news. When will there be celebration in the person's life? When? That's why there was a time in my life and one or two things happened and the people were calling me on phone, home and abroad, saying congratulations. Man say, can the man do congratulations? When will other people tell you congratulations? Must you be the only one telling others congratulations? That yoke shall be broken tonight. I said that yoke shall be broken tonight. That yoke shall be broken tonight. Some families, the woman is in charge. That's a stronghold. The man, the husband is a houseboy. I've seen families like that. The woman is the one who decides what happened. If the woman roars, everybody will met. And the woman is tormenting the man. Error. Sometimes the woman will be so diabolic. There's nothing the man can do about it. Sometimes the woman becomes so diabolic that he has put the man in the pocket. And whatever she decides is what happens. Some families, the stronghold is that your children will be doing very well, but you will not be a beneficiary. It's almost like a curse. You have suffered for them, they are doing very well, but they will never remember to care for you. What an error. They are celebrating everywhere. Even here, they are dashing people cards. They are doing this philanthropic gesture or the other one. The man in the pocket. You hear they have built houses in town. Be doing very well. If there is anybody like that, you will not be a beneficiary. You hear it, and they don't care. They are dashing people cards. It's a stronghold. They are doing this philanthropic. It's possible. The other one, a particular diabolic force, but if there is has decided to throw their face away from you, beneficiary. You hear it, and they don't care. They are dashing cards. Some family, it is the stronghold of pride, arrogance. A particular diabolic. They are not, but very proud. And that pride has hindered them from becoming what God wants them to be. Some families, it is the stronghold of pride. Some families, it is a stronghold of rejection, spirit of rejection. Where the door opens for others, when you get there, it will close. Some families, and that has been a problem to almost everybody in that family. In some families, the men marry, but their mother will be in charge. When your mother says divorce your wife, you carry it out. Will be in charge. When your mother says, in some families, it is a stronghold of reincarnation. Reincarnation. You know, these things are things that, except you come into Christ and know your stand, you see it influencing your life. In some family, I know a man, they said the person he reincarnated was a womanizer, and you just see it happening to him, reflecting in his entire life. You see it influencing your life. To some, it is a stronghold of a single child. Parents have just one child. They also have just one child. They have that their child is also having just one child. Some, it is a stronghold of a single. I'm just saying this thing so that I'll take time to lead you into prayers. Not a long time, but it's going to be a very serious, fierce warfare prayers. What are the causes of this stronghold? Causes, very quickly, I mentioned like 7 of them to you. 1, ancestral covenants or foundations. Some people came from polygamous family, and a very bad foundation has been laid for them. Like some worship different kinds of gods. Your fathers worship different kinds of gods, and you don't know what transpired and supervened all that period. On the covenants they entered into. Altars may have been built in your compound, and they were servicing those altars before that. You don't know what transpired at that period. And today those altars are not being serviced. If you don't know your stand, and if you don't consciously separate yourself from those altars, you might see it invariably affect you. 2, promises made at different altars, either before your birth or when you were born, can also become a stronghold to somebody. I have met a man who tried everything in life but amounted to nothing. There's nothing he did that worked. He will drive today, it's either he will crash in an accident or the owner will take back the vehicle. He will do this job today, they will sack him. There is nothing he has not tried in life but woefully failed. Until he came here one day, I said, I need to know your foundation. Tell me your story. He now told me this story. When my mom told me that he couldn't get a child for a long time, and he went to Imo River with a native doctor. He said the native doctor invoked Mami water. Literally, the Mami water walked out the water and said, I will give you a child, but that child will serve me. The mother said, agreed. He said a little while he became pregnant, and then he gave back to him. And he grew up and he wasn't seeing Mami water. So things went bizarre his side. That foundation was very important to know, so that you now know how to deliver him and set him free. 3, reincarnated spirit, I've mentioned it before, which you may not have met with in your life. 4, pronouncements or curses or declarations on your children. In Genesis chapter 27, 28 to 29, Genesis 27, Genesis 27, 28, may God give you of the heavens dew and of earth's richness, an abundance of grain and new wine. Go ahead. 29. His father Isaac answered him, your dwelling will be away from the earth's richness, away from the dew of heaven above. Now, give me to 40. Verse 40. You will live by the sword, and you will serve your brother, but when you grow restless, you will throw his yoke from off your neck. Who was that? Isaac blessing who? Esau and Jacob. Now, how did he bless them? How? With his mouth. With his mouth. He said, the heavens shall be open unto you. He just said, I have given you your brothers, they shall serve you. Finish. And that was it. Esau came. He gave him the opposite. Now, this same manner, that authority that he used in saying, the heaven is open unto you, you as a parent can also use it negatively. And that's why it's very wrong to curse your children, to curse them when they do one thing or the other, because you see that thing happening to them. Before you it's okay. You are an idiot. He gave him the opposite. Behave like an idiot. Negatively. You foolish boy. And tomorrow you are complaining. I don't know what's wrong with this boy. You are the one who said he will be foolish. Before you. It's okay. It shall not be well with you. Hey, you don't know the import of that. You have seen the person in the GRA of suffering, and the person will be there struggling until you release that person. So most of the strongholds today are strongholds that we created with our mouths. With our mouth. One woman, the daughter dealt with him. He had high blood pressure. With her mouth. And from there had stroke. And the woman, the girl even came to the hospital where she was. I was still provoking the woman. And then the woman said, this you have done to me, your children will do it to you 7 times. And it wasn't only that, he told the woman, the lady, do it to you 7 times. That since you have done all this to me, your children shall be useless. That lady later had children. The son started taking Igbo and became mad and is walking about the marketplaces. One of the daughters became a well-known prostitute, staying in a well-known hotel. You know, just like that, all of them. The other one became an armed robber. They all became vagabonds. So sometimes we create strongholds with our mouths. Number 5, let's rise to our feet. If somebody is sitting down, help the person to get up. Jehovah bueze, obeze, Jehovah bueze. Jehovah Yiroko, Yiroko dikuwe. Jehovah bueze, Jehovah bueze, Jehovah Yiroko, Jehovah bueze, Jehovah bueze, Jehovah Yiroko. Hallelujah, your hands. Your hands up. Number 5, careless life can create a stronghold. You, as a parent, you become a chain smoker, you become a drunk, you become a womanizer. Be sure that at least one of your children will pick it up from you. Living a life of sin, living anyhow, you don't know that you are unconsciously creating a stronghold for yourself. I shared the other time, a young man came to me and said, we had one child, and this is either 12, 13 years, no other child. And one day, she walked into the church, and the man of God asked him to come. He came. He said, God said to me, I don't know whom you are, but God said to me that before you marry this lady, you told the lady, I will not marry you until you become pregnant for me. Or on your church, until you become pregnant for me. And the lady who wanted to marry slept with him and became pregnant, and eventually delivered that child. They got married. God said, okay, more than that one, they are more than also. Stronghold. And I tell you, if nothing is done, it will pass on. We will pass it on to the next generation. I have told people who are quick to do divorce, no, I'm tired of this, I'm getting out of this. Strongholds are not we are unconsciously. You know, you get divorced. Stronghold has started. Before you know it, your children will be grappling with divorce. That's how strongholds start. So carelessly you do one thing, and before you know it,